Well, good evening and welcome, fellow babies. It's an impromptu live stream over on the Shills. Purple rhymes with orange and myself, and somebody we're going to introduce you to here who has become very, very close to us very quick. Where we were hanging out over with B, no just B, another excellent shill. And we were having such a good time that we decided, hey, we're not going to stop this shit. We have to take it to another stream and keep it going. So here we are. Now, we're going to do, on camera and, let things rock and stuff tonight. So I'm going to switch us over to the on camera set. And everybody can, or everybody who wants to anyway, can turn on their shit and let it rock. And so here we go, impromptu on the Shills. And first and foremost, we got to bring in Purple because, hey, this just had to happen, didn't it?
Yeah, B is one of those wusses who thinks they're supposed to be in bed by midnight.
Yeah. And that wasn't working for myself, a couple of drinks in and whatnot, it just had to keep going. So, Purple says, hey, I heard something about a stream. I'm into that. And boom, here we are. So if you're in the chat, and I don't know what's going on right now, but I have to refresh the chat every time I want to see everybody's names. It's all like your names are in black and I can't see who's typing what. It's really weird. Hey, Carl's here. How you doing? Coral literally lives like, 200 yards away from my place. So that's cool. How's it going? So Purple, what do you think? Do you want to intro Ben?
Yeah, according to YouTube, we got 17 people watching. So a good audience here already.
All right.
I don't know Ben any better than you do. This was the first time I've met them. So.
Well, Ben, who is student Dr. Ben, and why are you here? Because we know why you're here, but tell the viewers, who are you? What are you all about, man?
Yeah, so I'm pretty new to the YouTube community. I am a third-year medical student, and I'm a trans man. So I just kind of go on the YouTubes and I talk about trans issues, and especially with regard to the medical issues and biological sex and that kind of stuff. So I guess that's why I'm here.
That is a really good description. So what have you been doing on your YouTube channel? I know you're bringing some content forward. So we're going to start dropping the link in the chat and whatnot. What can people expect when they drop over?
Yeah, so I talk a lot of nerdy shit about science. And in fact, all of the information that you're going to get on my channel is not I have some videos that are fundamental information, but apart from that, everything else is at a medical school or grad student level. So I'm not dumbing anything down for you. You're getting the absolute truth of the matter with regard to medicine and biological sex and embryology, endocrinology, all that kind of stuff. So if you're ready for some nerdy content, for you to be ready to, I guess, debate people on the internet, I'm your guy.
Oh, and when it comes to debates, Ben, we have a new fledgling debate show building right now. Our last debate had 130 some viewers live. It's at 1.2K views and still growing. And if you want to step up and, give somebody a lesson in reality, we would love to have you over, man. Absolutely.
I definitely consider it. I need some time to think about what I would be talking about, but absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And when you've got your topics and, your comfort zone figured out, so to speak, right? Let us know, because we have a couple of people in the field who are farming for the right people as we speak, right?
Oh, awesome. Here for it.
Yeah. So again, in the chat, I have to refresh. Terry Davies. Hold on. I got to send an invite in the back. Ben, go ahead. And Purple, sorry, I'll be right back, guys. You guys take.
Yeah, I just want to say that for my chats, knowing what you're talking about is not necessarily a prerequisite. Everyone's welcome.
Awesome. And I'm a little tipsy tonight. I'm going to admit that. So I might not be super coherent.
As I said before we went public here, I've had about 6 shots myself, so I realize I'm starting to slur my speech.
Sounds good.
But it's my birthday, so I've got an excuse to get wasted tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Like, take advantage of that then. I mean, my birthday was a couple weeks ago, so not even couple. It's been like roughly 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Am I the only one struggling not to do the Marilyn Monroe Happy Birthday song right now? Is it just me?
Okay.
Maybe it's just me.
Sounds like it.
Technically, my birthday ended 15 minutes ago here.
No, yeah. It's still early here. I'm in Arizona, so it's like 10 o'clock right now.
Oh, why? Oh shit! Sorry. I'm having the hardest time trying to find people in my Discord PM list. It's really crazy. Like literally, Brandon Worrell in the chat, the live chat. He's somebody I talk to, a lot more than a lot of you. Damn it, you know what I mean? And I'm searching his name in Discord right now, and I can't even find it. That's how does that happen?
I had mentioned a very stable milking stool to you before we went live, and he's in the side chat now.
Oh, Purple, although pass out the link.
Well, he's a bit pompous and says that he's too sexy for this.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I could go there, but I won't for the grace of others, No, come on in and join us. If you want the link, let us know. That's kind of the idea here. I have to keep refreshing the my live chat because everybody's names comes up in black against a black background, and it's really not helpful, YouTube. I'm in Canada, so I don't have to hide this anymore, do I?
No, you're good. We don't judge here.
Well, that's not actually woohoo! I have fibromyalgia, and that's CBD based, and grown and stuff. I'm doing it's actually, and I just pulled like all kinds of nasty crap in my back, and to sit here tonight is really taking a few of these as well.
Yeah,
but I got it.
Where I am, it's legal if you have a note from your doctor, but not everyone can get it.
See, I'm from the great state of Colorado, where, it's been legal for forever, so.
And, this mystifies me that Minnesota is generally a progressive state, so I don't understand why we weren't in the first 10 states to get it, but they're still holding back. I blame the bloody Lutherans.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you could blame them for quite a few things, but there was some good rebellion, and I respect rebellion when done properly, when done for the right reasons, when the people stand up and say, "Whoa, dude, enough." But unlike, let's say the French Revolution, you've got to actually move on to something after. Otherwise, you get the short guy in the big hat, and that doesn't work for anyone. Hey, come on. I made a joke about Mad Mike recently, and that wasn't considered too soon. Come on.
No, I just had my mic muted there because I had a mouthful.
Yeah, I had my mic muted because I went to the Asian market today, so I got all the snacks.
Oh, nice. Ben, do you know the story of Mad Mike?
No, I don't.
Okay, you're gonna love this. It's unfortunate it has a bad ending, but it's still a really interesting story. So Mad Mike is this crazy SOB older dude, and he kind of does things his own way, and he thinks his own way, and he follows his gut, and so he caught on to flat Earth and whatnot.
Oh no!
And he decided, yeah. So he decided, see which browser, Dawson? I don't even know who's asking me that. Chrome. He caught on to flat Earth, and he decided that building a steam-powered rocket was the way to go so that he could get himself up there and see for himself. Now, he built it, and he did a launch, and it went okay, but not great, and he was hospitalized, and he had some shit to be fixed. But the parachutes did come out and sort of cushion the landing, just not well enough, right? And so what did he do? Well, of course, yes, he did it again. And this time, no parachutes opened, Ben. And he literally just plummeted to the ground like one of those frozen lumps of shit dropped from a 747. You know what I mean? And it didn't end well for anybody. And there's even a documentary on Mad Mike and his journey to prove the flat Earth. And, there's flat earthers on YouTube, and they tend to just pretend that didn't happen.
That's absolutely absurd.
Yeah. Okay, I was watching your face as I was telling you the story, and the exasperation on it was really good. And I love it because you really don't know the story. You're like, what? A son of a bitch did this? What?
I mean, I've heard stories of people that have gone to weird lengths to prove the flat Earth, and I mean, I'll admit that I don't quite understand the need to prove the flat Earth, because I mean, whether or not the Earth is round or the Earth is flat, like, what difference is that going to make for anything that we do in our life?
I know.
On Earth, like it means absolutely nothing. Why do we care so much?
Ben, I've said that before. I would still have to wake up every day, go to work, and so on and so forth, and it wouldn't change anything. But then they say because it helps them control your life. But for what? My life is still what it would have been, globe or flat. Like, you haven't changed anything. All you've done is proven that you're a dumbass son of a bitch who's willing to buy into armchair logic instead of real education.
Yeah, I don't get the appeal, honestly. And it's quite interesting to see the people who fell asleep during science in high school and undergrad now saying that they've learned more than anybody else. Like, you didn't pay attention to shit back in school, and now you're mocking those of us who did, and now you're the smart ones.
Yeah, I acknowledge that, my formal education ends at a high school diploma, and the rest of that is just from spending too much time at the public library.
Yeah, I mean, like, taking the time to educate yourself and being willing to admit when you're wrong and learn new information is a lot. And I don't think people are quite willing to accept any of that. It's so weird because, like, why are we getting such an ego trip from the Earth being flat or the Earth being round? Like, it means nothing for you and your level of intelligence to, like, come up with some weird new thing. Like, I don't get why that is such a thing for a lot of people.
Well, a lot of it
I
does
do.
come from a religious perspective, but yeah, because I've never had that much faith in anything, I don't quite get why it's so hard to dismiss that.
It actually, Ben, it comes down to Dunning-Kruger effect. They get a high off of the fact that they think they've one-upped those who paid for big education.
And it's absolutely ridiculous to me because I mean, coming from my perspective, I get a lot of enjoyment from learning where I've been wrong. And I think the most meaningful periods in my education have been when, like, the best example is when I moved on to medical school and I was taught that basically almost everything I learned in undergrad was overly simplified and wrong. And just being able to open your mind to something that you couldn't previously have comprehended is amazing. Like, understanding that it is not as simple as people want to make it. That is where I get a lot of enjoyment. And so I don't get why people, I mean, I kind of understand why people would want to simplify it, but to me, that's not satisfying to have such an overly simplified answer.
No, it's not. And it's empty and unfulfilling because there's so many questions left. And if there's questions left, how can the answer be just? It doesn't even work. It's ego stroking bullshit.
Yeah, I've never been that attached to anything in my life that somebody proving me wrong was more than just kind of a shrug and, oh, well, that didn't work out. Let's try something else.
Yeah, like for me, anytime I've been proven wrong, it's been, I view it as an amazing experience because it opens my mind to the fact that the world is more complicated than I thought it was. And I don't know, I think it's much more curiosity stimulating to be proven wrong in that aspect. And actually, I just had a conversation in my comments section on YouTube, and this is kind of frustrating to me because I guess we come from a different perspective on this, but them wanting to say, like, they were asking me if puberty blockers were 100% reversible, and me trying to explain that science really, if science is being honest, it is never 100% anything, ever. Like, at most, someone's going to say it's more likely that X is going to happen versus Y is going to happen. But I would be dishonest to say 100% anything. And this person was really wanting to get me to say, well, puberty blockers are 100% reversible. And I kept saying, no, I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm saying it's, for most people, it is reversible. And I'm not willing to commit to 100%. So why are you so hell-bent on me saying that number 100%? Why does that mean so much to you?
Yeah, and that's, I play a lot of war games, strategic simulation games. So it's like, you're never going to get 100%. 50% is questionable. But basically, anything that's got a 75% chance, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, and would you, I mean, I know people don't want to risk anything, but I mean, anything you do in life is going to be risky to some extent. Would you rather a professional be honest with you and say it's as close to 100% as I can get, but I can't guarantee the 100%? Or would you rather them lie and say that they can get to 100%? Like, honest, I would prefer someone be honest with me and admit that they're humans.
Well, yeah, if anybody tells me that something is a certainty, that's going to make me seriously question if I want to agree with anything they said.
Absolutely.
It just, everything in life is a trade-off, and it's just, it's a matter of figuring your odds of, which one is most likely to be true.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only time I will use 100% is when I agree with something.
So, we've got somebody coming into the chat in a second, and I'd like to take a second and tell a quick story. So, Sunday, we had an uncalled for show that was absolutely amazing. We had some serious COVIDiot action that we debunked, and we took those guys down. we had B, who works in healthcare, and Linda Bertelson, who is a healthcare professional, both on the panel, right? So it was a takedown. You know what I mean? I wake up Monday morning. What do I see in my email? The Shills. Unfortunately, we have reviewed your content and you have been given a community guideline strike for medical misinformation. So we weren't allowed to stream for 7 days. We weren't allowed to upload for 7 days. We were not allowed to do a community post for 7 days. I was fucking livid. I fucking lost my shit. You know, and anybody watching who's watched a Shill show or a pub chat show, when I'm, having a few drinks or whatever, they goddamn well knows when I lose my shit, it's coming. So I got a hold of the appeal button right away and I said, look, it's about context. We are debunking these people. These videos come from your own damn service. How dare you take us down? And yet I can still find their video. What the hell is going on there? Is it really that hard to train your bots to look at what they found and then jump 4 or 5 minutes forwards and backwards and find some context to see what's really going on? I shouldn't have to answer for this in any way. And the original uploader should have been taken down before I even found their video.
I was wondering what, I was wondering what had happened there because I had missed the show Sunday night. And, when I got up on Monday, I had tried to add it to my watch list and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I was livid because if you get 3 community strikes, your channel is gone. So that's 33% of the way towards being fucked, right? I was just choked. And, anybody who knows our channel knows the only time you hear bullshit and woo is because we're about to knock it down. That's what we do, right? So we were a little concerned during the beginning of the appeal process because it could have been, that they tightened up their regulations again and a whole bunch of debunking channels were about to get it. Or it could have been that they were just picking on us because a few people may have reported us and whatnot. And then we might have gotten 2 or 3 more strikes afterwards because we've done similar streams. And so we got the email during B's live stream that we were totally in the clear. And that's why I wanted to keep going and have a few drinks because holy shit, I was pissed. Thanks, Ben. Thanks.
I'm glad they cleared that up. Yeah, it's a problem with the bots that they have no idea for context. And I am always worried about the debunker channels getting blocked, because I see that all the time, that the debunker channels get brought up on something about misinformation, and they don't look at the original channel that they were going up against.
Yeah, that's what happened here, and I was livid, And during the day, as people popped in, like on our Discord server, we have a little private room where just the members of the channel can chat. So I posted in the morning, 7 a.m. my time, Pacific, right? Holy shit, the assholes are at it again. And all day, everybody's been like, holy fuck, what's going on? What's going on? Because we've got a debate. I'm about to put the event up for it in just a couple of days, another flat earth debate. And then we have 2 or 3 more coming up in the next few days as well. And I was about to have to postpone and cancel every one of them because they were going to block us from live streaming for 7 days. Well, live streaming is all we do on this channel, you assholes. I mean, you basically parked it. That's not even fair, So hopefully after this and winning the appeal, we get the benefit of the doubt a bit more because a human must have listened and gone, whoa, wait a minute, we screwed that one up. Hopefully.
I'm glad you got a human to look at it because My thing with YouTube is that I've never been actually able to get anything but a bot response. My channel actually got deleted twice before I ever uploaded my first video.
Well, here we go. We got incoming, Purple. It might be your buddy here. I think I've got the show cropped right. Oh, hey!
Yep, that's Stool.
All right.
Hey, Stool. How you doing?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I thought
I'm
I'd bring
kind of
some-
surprised he made it because it's like just about sunrise where he is.
Yeah, but you know what? I like to put a bit of effort into it, and I could see that you guys were struggling. You needed a bit of sex, and you know.
Oh, definitely.
I'm just here to bring the British.
Yep, spice up the show for us.
I'm going to put a little bit of Britain into you, okay?
So does that mean you're going to lay it on the table and let Italy take it home? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to say that. Never mind.
He shoots, he scores.
Okay, to be fair, we've always known what side Britain is on. Italy has changed sides in both world wars.
Yeah.
See, I can just start switching to a Scottish accent and just take captive the entire audience right here, right now.
Okay, and we're now all waiting for you to do this because we all know you cannot do this.
Right, okay, so I like to quote the movie Brave.
Okay, that's not a Scottish accent, but go for it.
Merida, a princess does not leave her weapons on the table.
That was Chinese. That was
Chinese.
not Scottish.
That was
Chinese,
not
100%.
bad.
Is this
like
the new
it.
game? I kind of love this game.
This
I've
is the
always
new
been
game, yes.
favorite. Watching Americans try to do a British accent, that's the best game ever. I love it.
Yeah,
I can do a Brit accent if I'm singing. I've on my Canadian Thomas parody music channel. I've got a song where it's
I've heard you
Pink
sing.
Floyd
I've heard
cover.
you sing. Don't do it.
No, you haven't. You've heard me fucking around when I was drunk. I was a touring musician for like 15 years and whatnot. I do actually know what I'm doing. If you check out my Canadian Thomas channel, you'll hear it. But I was never a singer. I was a guitar player. I was like a Steve Vai shredding, show off Eddie Van Halen guy, right? Yeah. I only learned how to sing backup so that I was more valuable to the band and I would get paid more money to go on tour, right?
That's kind of what I'm doing here because I could see you were struggling. So I'm giving back up to the band here. I'm bringing a bit of extra stuff.
I have thought of practicing for karaoke on the idea that, I could do Beatles songs because I could probably maintain the Liverpool accent for about 3 minutes, but nothing longer than that.
You totally cannot do that, Perps. You cannot do that. I know you too well, and if you try to do it, I will literally call the police. Do not do it.
It's getting tense in here. So much drama.
I know. Like I said, I was getting really bored. I was falling asleep, and I heard that awful noise. You know, when you hear that noise, when Dick, that voice, it just wakes you up. And so I thought I'm going to have to sort this out because these people are so lovely and quiet, and he's there all shouty, and.
Yeah, well, God knows that I've never successfully run a stream, so I'm always looking for that extra hand.
And
I've heard
on the corollary to what Stool said, I like to hear anyone from the UK trying to do an American accent without realizing that there are at minimum 6 distinct American dialects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to fall for this trap. I know what you're trying to do.
I find people from Australia easier to understand than people from Alabama.
The sad thing is I'm British and I can't do a British accent, so this is not my thing.
Oh, okay, so you're going to talk shit, but then you're not going to be able to meet your own challenge. Got it.
That's kind of how I roll.
That's pretty much what he does, yes.
All right, well, that's fine.
So Howard, how's things been in your life? How's things lately? We haven't shared a stream in what, 3 weeks or so, maybe a month now. How you been?
Dude, that's my name. That one there.
Yeah, but I have to look over there and I have to look over here, and I'm just
You've literally just called the docs in helicopters.
I'm kind of wondering how long.
I didn't do it. You did it. Are you kidding me? It's right there. Every time you speak, it's on the goddamn screen.
Yeah. I'm kind of wondering how long I have to be back here before I get the Minnesota accent back. I lived here after living here for 25 years, I had a Minnesota accent, so that when I moved to New York, everyone thought I was Canadian, but somehow in the 10 years in between, I lost it.
I like the Minnesota accent because it's comfortable and familiar to me. It actually makes sense.
Yeah, I'm actually from Wisconsin.
It's not far off the Canadian accent for people who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah, I've got the Canadian accent, but I probably just sound like Alex Trebek, so I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah,
do a Kiwi accent. Oh, I can't do that. That would just be a fool's errand. Purple, can you do a Kiwi? Ben, can you do a Kiwi?
No, I'm not even sure what a Kiwi would be.
Well, it's like a drunken Australian. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Holy shit.
I
was just kidding.
It's like the concept that you can, if you're going to ask somebody if they're from either Australia or New Zealand, you're more safe to ask them if they're from New Zealand, because they're way less, like an Australian is less likely to be offended if they're asked if they're from New Zealand, whereas someone who's from New Zealand is more likely to be offended, but like if they're assumed to be Australian. It's kind of the same thing with like Canadians and Americans. Like if you ask an American if they're Canadian, it's nothing really at all. But if you ask a Canadian that if they're American, they're more likely to be offended.
Yeah.
About all I'm really sure of about the Kiwis is that while they're both brown and fuzzy, the fruit are not the eggs of the bird.
That's good.
That was a good one.
Can I just do a check-in with Perps, please? Because it is Perps' birthday, and I haven't had the chance to say it was. It stopped being my birthday a while ago. I need to know how drunk you are, Perps.
I've had about 6 shots of whiskey, so yeah, I'm to the point that I think my speech is slurring.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that you might be happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty mellow here now.
Sounds proper to me, baby. Bring it on.
And what time are you on now, Perps, in your land?
It's about 1:45 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, good for you. Well done.
We've got a few new people in the chat, so again, I'll reiterate. If what do you mean you're ready for the link? God damn it, Brandon! I already sent it to you. There it is again. Seriously, keep up. Anybody in the chat, if you want to join us live, PM me on Discord, and we can do that whole send you the link thing. Here's my Discord number and everything, just to make it easy, because I know Discord is argumentative.
Okay, Renee and me said I'm going to paint my dick tomorrow. That's the best Kiwi impersonation I can do.
I know a dude from the Kiwi Islands, let's say, and he puts canned spaghetti on frozen pizza. So I got nothing. I've
heard of that. I don't know what to make of it. I suppose it's not as bad as pineapple, but
Shut up. Pineapple goes well with fucking roasted ham, and as such, you put ham on a pizza, you put pineapple. God damn it. Do we have to do this right now? Do we? Bring it on.
Wait. I have no problem with ham and pineapple. The problem is that pineapple should never be put in contact with any tomato-based product.
Purple.
But you don't have to.
Purple, can I do a timeout quickly, please? I want to hear Purple try to say potato. Just one more time.
Well, I was trying to say tomato, but yes, potato.
Your whiskey is really good tonight.
Well, I get the good Canadian whiskey.
Nice. Oh, we got incoming.
I don't bother with the American stuff because most of that really isn't worth the price. But
I like bourbon. Okay.
That's
I do
thing.
too.
I'm British, so
especially
I
if it's proper bourbon. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I like proper bourbon. The kind of stuff you feel when it goes down. And then afterwards, you get the taste when you pull on a cigar or a cigarette. And it really enhances, and you go, that's the stuff.
Okay.
That's what I
I've never
like.
smoked, so I guess I've never had that sensation.
I know.
Yeah,
and Ben's looking at me. Yeah, Ben's looking at me like, are you kidding me? I'm a medical student. I don't smoke, you dumbass.
Okay.
But,
here's my disclaimer. Med students almost never follow our own advice. And I know plenty of med students who do smoke or have smoked. I personally don't. I am in favor of autonomy, and however you want to live your life is fine. I mostly don't follow my own advice, so I can't be one to judge other people because I'll be like, yeah, you shouldn't eat that much sugar, and then I'm eating like a pint of ice cream every night. So
okay. For the people who like the taste of pineapple on pizza, I will reiterate my position. I will try to have sympathy with you until we have refined the technique to remove the saurian brain chips, because I know that screws up the sense of taste.
I'm a human trash can.
Perhaps. Say reiterate.
Reiterate.
Okay, well done.
Yeah, well, see, when you slow me down and make me say it, then I can do it. But when it's just in a sentence, yeah, I'm probably going to run over it too fast to realize I'm just mashing it up.
Happy birthday, Perps.
I'm just making a list of pineapple pizza haters that I have to kick off the stream here. So let me get your names right before I do it.
I'm confused here, Dick Dawson. Are you pro or anti? I don't
pro.
know.
I'm Canadian.
Oh, so you are pro. I was getting scared there for a moment.
Okay, and I will give you a few points for the fact that it actually was invented in Canada, despite everybody thinking it came from Hawaii.
No.
Hang on a minute. Are you saying that the Canadians invented pineapples?
No,
we invented pizza. Hawaiian pizza, and we called it that because it's based on the flavor of Hawaiian luau, pineapple pizza, or pineapple pork, right? Ham and pineapple, right?
And I mean, let's take this for an example. Like, pineapple and pork are not exclusively like reserved for Hawaiian pizza. Like, we have al pastor in Mexican cuisine. Like, it's a common flavor profile. And so for me personally, if I were to order a pizza, I wouldn't necessarily choose a Hawaiian pizza if I was ordering it. However, I am a human trash can and I will eat whatever is served to me. So if somebody else is paying for it, it's fine. It's great. But if I'm paying for it, I will choose other ingredients, such as, like, my preferred is pepperoni and sausage. But
yes.
Yeah, because those are just perfect. But if somebody else were to pay for it, I will eat whatever they are buying.
I agree with you there, Ben. For me, I like what we call the Canadian pizza: pepperoni, mushrooms, and bacon, and a tiny bit of cheddar cheese just sprinkled on top to give it a little zest, but not so much that you get all the grease and oil from it, right?
Oh, beautiful. This is better than Pornhub.
Yeah,
Say more rude words, Dick.
I have a little trouble with pepperoni just because the acid can come back at me. So
I get that
tend to
too from
prefer
reflux.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got that. So I tend to prefer the Italian sausage and mushroom. I don't have so much problem with.
That is a good call. The sausage instead, for sure. But I got a 14-year-old on the autism spectrum. So if the pizza doesn't have pepperoni, it literally was delivered by aliens and it doesn't get eaten. So that's where we start.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
And Renee and me is asking, why is ground beef called hamburger? Shouldn't it be called beef burger? And entirely right on that point. Yeah.
Yes, I've always said the same thing. Who's the idiot who named that? What the hell?
Well, it got named because the sandwich with a ground beef patty was actually invented in Hamburg, Germany. So that's where we got that misnomer from. Yes.
Wow. All right. So I vote that everybody that has 40 or 50 functioning gray matter cells in their head, start calling it a beef burger. Enough.
All right, I'm out. Sorry. I'm too dumb.
I really don't want to shit on your cornflakes here, but I'm British. We do that already. So catch up.
Really? Wow.
Well, you can get out.
We live in the future.
Likewise, Rodent with no last name says that the burrito was invented in America, so was chop suey.
Chop suey, I knew. Yeah.
Yeah, chop suey is actually very interesting because in Chinese, chop suey literally translates to miscellaneous scraps. So it was when the Transcontinental Railroad was being built, and you had the Irish workers working from the East Coast and the Chinese workers working from the West Coast. And when they wound up working together, that the Chinese cooks would feed their own people, and then they would feed the Irish workers with whatever shit they had left over. And that's where chop suey came from, because they had such contempt for the Irish, they were literally feeding them their garbage.
Yeah.
Do we not have a little counter in the bottom corner to count how many whiskies Perps had? I'm guessing it's 8 now. I can tell with the S word.
I applaud the effort, and I approve of more. So just keep drinking.
I'm not denigrating. I'm totally approving.
Yep, I would go and get another one right now. Unfortunately, I have a cat asleep on my leg, so can't do that while I'm catted.
Well, what kind of whiskey is it?
Sorry.
Hey, Brandon.
Well, when I'm just mixing with ginger ale instead of the sipping whiskey, I tend to go for the Windsor Canadian. It's a good mid-shelf whiskey, as long as you're mixing it with a sweet mixer.
The way I see it, if Perps drinks a lot of whiskey tonight on Perps' birthday, I will not have to do it on Friday for mine. So go for it, Perps.
Oh.
I'm with you.
And Colorado Biker is saying the margarita was invented in Albuquerque and fajitas were invented in Texas. I did not know about the margarita.
Now, if the margarita was invented in Albuquerque, it makes total sense on why Bugs Bunny always took the wrong turn there, because he was drunk.
Well, strawberry margaritas are my second favorite cocktail.
Ooh, I came back for the perfect moment. I picked up mixology as a hobby of mine.
Cool. So what are some favorite drinks to make but not drink?
To make but not drink? That's hard because I like to drink literally anything and everything.
Why would you even do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it's a strange question. That's why I got to ask it, So of all the super cool drinks to make, which is the one that you're like, really? You want that one?
I don't know.
You're doing the thing, the shaky thing. Okay.
Yeah, the shaky thing. A lot of the drinks that I make end up being kind of my own little thing because I just think it's fun to combine ingredients into a drink and enjoy it. But I'm not a huge vodka fan. Like when people order things with like vodka or that's like incredibly sweet and just very desserty. Like I like dessert drinks to an extent, but vodka doesn't really taste like anything. And I think if you're going to add anything at all, it's going to have some contribution to the overall flavor profile. So vodka seems kind of pointless to me a lot of the time, in all honesty.
Yeah, did you know that in the early stages of the Soyuz rocket program in the 60s, the Russians were literally fueling the rockets with vodka. And their biggest problem was that the engineers were drinking the fuel.
Oh goodness! I guess that is one thing that I love to make as a party trick. I like to light shots on fire. Like it's super cool and people love it. But the shots end up being very strong because you need to have something that's over 90 proof in order to light, at least floated on the top. And it's not always enjoyable to do those kind of shots, but it's really fun to make them.
Okay, but doesn't lighting it burn off most of the alcohol?
It does.
I have to admit now and raise my hand because I'm a British person, so I'm legally obliged by the Queen to do really stupid things when it comes to alcohol. It's the law. And so, yeah, Sambucas are really cool.
I love Sambuca.
Sambuca is really awesome. And to answer Perp's question, because I know Perps really wants to get drunk right now, if you do it properly, it doesn't burn the alcohol off. Well, it does a little bit, but you've got to drink it while it's burning. And so...
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never tried it that way.
That's why you're not British. You know,
yeah, I don't burn my Sambuca. Like, if I'm going to burn something, it's good. Like, typically, if I'm burning something off the top of a shot or a drink, it's going to be, like, I'll use Everclear if I just want to burn all of it off. But if I want to taste it, absinthe is a favorite of mine to burn things off. Or 151 rum is pretty good too.
I'm sorry, I was British in my last life, nearly 60 years ago. It didn't come this time around.
I'm not condoning. I've not come to this wonderful channel to condone the drinking of alcohol. That's a bad thing to do. And also, I'm English, and if you saw the news about the football, we stick fireworks up our asses. Do not ever do what we do. Okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of Americans that do that too.
Can I address Colorado Biker? First of all, love your name because my hometown is Colorado. It's in Colorado, so love your name, and also Uzo is legit. Love it.
Uzo's gorgeous.
Back to Dick's original question, as far as what drinks you like to make but not drink. I would have to go with daiquiris because while I like them, I'm allergic to cane sugar. It gives me massive migraines.
Oh,
so I cannot drink rum because it's made of cane sugar generally. Although I have recently learned that in Africa they make rum from pineapple, and I dearly want to try that.
Good call.
Cocktails. What you said about not liking vodka, that interested me because it is a very bland kind of taste, or nothing kind of taste. But are you a mixologist? Because it's all about... Here's the thing. I was listening to a thing yesterday on the radio about cocktails. So I'm literally now an expert. So don't question me. And it's all about the temperature.
I mean, I could see that. I'm not a mixologist by any proper definition of the word. I literally just pretend to be one sometimes that I make drinks.
Cool. That's
so, I mean, yeah, temperature's probably important. I don't know. I just like to make things.
I think it kind of is, because on a hot day like we're experiencing here in UK land, we're literally melting like snowmen. It's so hot. And if you do the mixology correct, a bland drink can taste very refreshing and very nice if, for example, you just have some ice cubes in the bottom.
Fair enough. I could see that.
It's a boring thing, but whatever. I discovered grown-up radio, so I'm an adult now.
As long as people are happy, like the purpose of a drink or anything is to make the group happy and to have a good time. So, I mean, whatever your drink preference is, if you're having a good time, that is the goal. So, I mean,
exactly.
Well, unless it's Scope or Listerine or
that's
you know
gross.
what I mean. There are a few choices that are just not socially acceptable, people.
Exactly.
And then going along with social acceptability, I did see Colorado Biker was talking about Screwball whiskey, which is absolutely disgusting. I do not condone anything peanut butter flavored whatsoever.
I'm the newcomer here, so I've got to do a quick PSA on Dick's channel. Never said Dick's channel before in my life. I'm never going to say it again because it sounds weird. But this is, I'm in the UK, it's 7 a.m., and this is absolutely, genuinely coffee.
Wow. You're one of the few people.
Not coffee.
Yeah. Okay, I was going to say, you're one of the few people who have ever admitted to drinking something non-alcoholic on our channel. But then you went and brought reality into the situation. So well done,
My green screen is filtering out my LaCroix.
Yeah, if you'd brought me into it before the dinner hour, I probably wouldn't be having alcohol, but it's late enough at night.
Oh, I'm starting a 6-day run where my ex is in town to visit our son. So I have no child, no nothing. We've got a debate that I can plan for coming up in a few days. And since we beat the copy or community guidelines strike, we can actually have the goddamn debate. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
If you don't have anything you're expected to act like an adult for, go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Purple, me with the whole parenting and the autistic child and whatnot. I mean, I take it really seriously and I bugger off from shows when I have to, and people have to, talk long because I'm not there to push the button to play the video and stuff. We have a green room where we all talk about things while we're live and stuff, right?
Yeah, I did not drink. I did not drink a fraction as much when I actually had kids to be responsible for. But now that I'm living alone, it doesn't much matter, or even matter if I sleep till noon the next day.
Yeah, that's like on the Shills. Oftentimes, I'll have 2 beers, 3 beers. But then when the Shills are done, I get to put my son to bed, and then we can have an after show and I can get actually drunk. And somebody might think, oh, yeah, that's not very good parenting. But I did it correctly. Give me a break. I know what I'm doing.
You're taking care of your family first. There's nothing wrong with that.
And in my defense here too, I started off with my Twitch stream in which I did drink some alcohol for, and then I got that message for Beast after party, which I got drunk for. So I would, in any perfect universe, I would still be drinking. However, I started really early. So.
Okay, Dick, you've got a super chat to read.
Before you do that, quickly, Perps, can you explain to me why are you all grown-ups? And yet, as you explained to me the other day, I literally streamed a picture of a potato for 3 hours.
I did not say that. I said you streamed a picture of a potato for 9 hours with no audio.
Oh, okay. So, I'm not here to judge you people.
Hey, you can judge all you want, potato stream head. I got no words for that. That's really funny. I couldn't do that now because we're trying to actually. I mean, damn, we're close to 2K subs, right? You could tickle that sub button if you're out there watching. We wouldn't mind at all.
Apparently, what Stool did is he had set up an event to stream with a picture of a potato as the thumbnail, and apparently he then fell asleep and didn't realize that it was running.
I'm subbing to you on both of my channels.
Yay! Thanks, Ben.
So I've got my actual YouTube channel, and then I've got my just personal email. So there you go. You got 2 subs.
Thanks, Ben. Awesome. Yay. So, somebody was telling somebody why they're not impressed. Continue their
Well, Dick, you had a super chat there from Rodent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right. So we got Rodent last name. No, sorry, Rodent no last name in for $5. Half a shot of vodka, 1 shot of root beer, schnapps, soda water, Baileys. Tastes like a root beer float. Great to beat the heat. You know what? Rodent, that's a fucking fair shout, man. I'm going to try that. So we got a half a shot of vodka, 1 shot of root beer schnapps. Now it's not root beer, it's root beer schnapps. Soda water, Baileys.
You are really milking this super chat.
Yeah, but I really like that one. I'm trying to lock it into my brain because I've had a few of these, and it's going to be one of those mornings where I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to remember? So I'm trying,
Actually,
I'm trying.
I have a new drink I invented that I've been promoting here. I take a pint of iced tea and give it a double shot of Fireball whiskey and a couple drops of peppermint spirits, and I call it a Dragon Ball tea.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Oh, that does sound interesting.
While we're all sharing recipes, I've been making some drinks based on the 4 elements of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And so I made my first one was water themed, and it's super good. I make it all the time now. So it's cucumber mint vodka. So a shot of that, and then you put a 1/4 shot of blue curacao just for the color. Ooh. And then you top it off with some tonic water and then float some Midori on top. Absolutely delicious.
Ooh.
Sounds interesting. Yeah, I don't have the stuff on hand for that. I'll have to try it.
It's very light and refreshing, but just be careful about your cucumber mint vodka, because if you do the 1.5 ounces, it's perfect. But if you do the 2 ounces, the mint and the cucumber are very, very strong. So if you do like the mint and cucumber flavor, then do the 2 ounces. But if you just want more of a subtle flavor profile, then go with the 1.5 ounces.
I kind of lost it about 5 minutes ago because you're doing the American thing. Ounces. What are ounces?
Shot glass.
Yeah.
Just use a shot glass, either a whole shot glass or a 1/4 shot glass. Just measure it based on shot glasses.
An ounce is, I think, about 30 milliliters.
Yeah.
Stool.
You guys really have to stop doing this. Stop measuring fluids by weight. It's stupid. You've got to stop doing it. Just seriously stop it, okay?
Okay, I'll just clarify for everybody and just say it in shot glasses.
Think of it this way. You know that little glass that goes in a Boilermaker? That's what... Yeah, that one. That one.
Got you. See, I can understand Dick. I'm never going to say that again in my life. That just did not happen.
But I can speak Brit. I should have been born in Britain because I've been watching Formula One since I was 5 years old. The British invasion shaped my whole musical career and whatnot. I really should have been born over there, except I understand inches and millimeters or centimeters. Being a Canadian is confusing because I have to have 2 sets of tools. I have to have 2 sets of measurements in my head at all times. Hey, that's about 10 feet, right? How many meters? Oh, fuck. It's 2.2 or, and it screws your shit up. For God's sakes, everybody get on the same system. Come on.
The one thing I will never forgive Ronald Reagan for is the U.S. had a plan to be metric before the year 2000, and Ronald Reagan killed it as a cost-saving measure because he didn't want to pay the price of repainting all the highway signs.
I have to do a timeout. Dick Dawson, that was a beautiful rant. That was a wonderful 10 out of 10 rant. I love that. That was beautiful. Well done, man.
Thank you.
I'm very into that rant.
I'm kind of known for that. I try not to do it as much on other people's channels as I do on my own. And right now I'm trying to treat this as an open, but
I've heard
God damn it.
I've heard the rumors, but I don't watch your shit because, it's crap, but whatever. I'm doing a favor.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
I'm bringing you some British love.
I'll talk. I'll use barbarian speak, but I wear it on my sleeve. You know what I mean? To
be fair, Stool says that everyone's stuff is crap.
Yeah, except for what we do, Purple. But that's another story entirely. So that was good. But when I wear it on my sleeve there, Stool, sometimes it's the Canadian flag that's sitting there, baby.
You even did the voice over voice there. Well done, my friend.
Yeah.
I tried.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Well, I need to get a drink too. So, Stool, why don't you say something stupid for everybody, and I'll come back and react to it.
Oh, you dick! You fucking arsehole. This is not good because I also need to go because I've literally lost my cigarettes and I'm desperate for a cig. I can't find my cigs.
Mean I'm taking over. Am I in charge until the parents?
Yeah, it's all yours.
Dr. Person, you're in charge. Mixologist, you're in charge.
All right. Well, I'm going to take this as a time to shamelessly plug myself and my channel, since everyone else has errands to go on. So I literally just met these people tonight, but you can find me on YouTube at Student Dr. Ben. You can find me on Twitter at Student Dr. Ben. Are you regretting it already? What?
Are you regretting it already?
A little bit. It's fine. It's okay. I literally did a Twitch stream, and then I went on Bee's
I've got to be honest,
party.
Dick Dawson scares the crap out of me. I was asleep. I had my headphones on. His fucking voice. What the fuck?
The only thing that scares him is how stiff he gets every time I talk. Let's just move on.
This is true. Yeah.
You just have a powerful voice. That is it.
Well, it's actually, I just know how to tune a microphone. I went to audio engineering school for a couple years and toured in bands for like 15 years. That's kind of been my life. So when it comes to audio, I kind of know what I'm doing. But Ben, sorry.
Yeah, but you all go on your little errands. Go do your thing. I got this. I can control the show. You're just gonna get like a lot of time of me promoting myself. Yeah, so go find me on YouTube at Student Dr. Ben. And then I didn't have enough characters on Twitter to make the full Student Dr. Ben. So Student Doc Ben on Twitter, and then Student Dr. Ben on Twitch. It's a fun time. I talk about medical things. Sometimes I get drunk. Sometimes we do cases. It's great. So disclaimer, I will not answer any of your individual medical questions on stream or anywhere. Do not DM me pictures of your medical problems. Do not send me pictures of the weird rash you have on your ass because I don't care. Please don't send me that. But other than that, I am able to answer questions about anything that I have made content on my YouTube channel. I do take questions that you want me to make videos about, as long as it is not about your own medical problems.
So you do this on the Twitch, because correct me if I'm wrong, Are you saying that there are serious grown-up people on Twitch who do serious grown-up things?
I can't say that I do serious grown-up things. I do simulations. There's like I can't even call it a game. It's like an app for medical students to practice cases on, and I literally just sit there and I do cases, and people like it for some reason, so I keep doing it.
Ben, we have a question from the chat for you. Is student Dr. Ben going to be specializing in any specific medical field?
That's a great question, and I don't entirely know yet. I am a third-year student, so I am currently rotating through lots of specialties. I think maybe we'll do family medicine, or we might do internal medicine. But other than that, I have no interest in a lot of things. So I have more things on my no list than I do on my yes list.
That's brilliant and honest. Awesome.
I'm very honest on that. I hate dermatology. I hate gynecology. I hate emergency medicine. I hate a lot of things. So internal medicine or family medicine are my jam. I will talk to you about infectious disease. I'll talk to you about nephrology. I'll talk to you about... Yeah?
Permission to speak, doctor?
Yeah, go for it.
Infectious disease, I mean, that's kind of current at the moment. Is that something that you think you would like to get into being an expert in?
It's on my list for sure. So infectious disease is a fellowship off of internal medicine. So if I went internal medicine, it would be another 3 years onto internal. But I would enjoy it personally. I think I would. I love microbiology, but I just don't know.
I say this for one reason. Because I'm UK and we have a guy called Professor Chris Whitty. He's like big scientist in charge of science, advises the government. And there's a book that has been written about him that's just come out. He's a very private guy. He's super clever. He's literally the cleverest person you would ever imagine meeting. He does degrees as a hobby. And just to put this in the best way I can, briefly, I think he's saved tens and tens of thousands of lives in the UK because of one decision he made because he's clever. So, end of story. Continue.
I mean, I'd be happy to read about that.
Always trust the experts.
I have a couple of a comment from the chat and then a question for you, Ben. So Colorado Biker is from both of them. So first is a comment. My niece just got her master's in epidemiology, her BA in cellular biology. I'm fascinated by it now. But his actual question for you, Ben, was ask student Dr. Ben to make a video about how mRNA works and how the vaccine works. Is that something that you could bring to the table? Now, if so, I would love to promote that on our channel and through some other channels we know as well.
Yeah, I could put that together. I would absolutely want to make sure that I am using correct, up-to-date information. So it might take me a couple days to kind of get all that together. I could see that happening, yeah.
Ben, if you want to throw that together as your next video, I can guarantee you 4 or 5 decently populated YouTube channels that will help you mirror it and get the word out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can work on that.
Obviously it's been done before, but I think Dr. Ben will do a good job of it because there's a personality thing going on here. And it will
God damn right. Right, Stool? This guy's got it, doesn't he?
I'm awkward as fuck, so I don't know what you're all talking about.
No, you're a proper nerd. Oh, sorry, Purple. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying my channel's pretty tiny, but I would still promote it on Twitter. You know, I think that's information that we need to get out a lot better.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think we've reached a point now where we've got to. I don't want to bore you because you all know this. We've reached a point now where there are a lot of idiots who are really fucking the situation up, and so we need people who can convey a message in whatever way that they can do to get it across. So Dr. Ben, I think, would be awesome at this.
Now, Ben, let me ask you a question. My opinion here is that as we get into a very vaccinated state, because of variants and stuff running around and the unvaccinated now not having to wear a mask in a lot of North American places and whatnot, are we not really brewing a hotspot for variants to grow? But because the vaccinated should be okay, are we not just setting up the stupid to literally just drop in front of us? I'm seeing bad stuff coming. You know?
Yeah, this is dangerous because sure, we have a lot of people getting vaccinated, and then we have a lot of unvaccinated people that are a breeding ground for these mutations to happen. But then you take this into consideration that you also have the immunocompromised and people who cannot get vaccinated that are also going to be collateral damage in this. So as much as I would love to say, yeah, just let evolution take its course and let these people just kind of let's happen. We do have these people who cannot get vaccinated, and I hate that.
Do we not have a social responsibility to protect those that can't?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it not is it not such that those who won't are seriously fucking the system up?
Yep, absolutely. They are ruining it for everybody else and for the people who cannot get vaccinated.
Yeah, and that's the problem I've had, that we've been vaccinated since March, but for most teenagers, they still cannot get vaccinated. It's not even an option. So even though I'm vaccinated, I'm still wearing a mask anytime I go into a store because I don't want to feel I was responsible for killing someone's kids.
I have to put some British into your lives here. 19th of July, Freedom Day. All legal requirements are gone. Okay? No laws whatsoever. It's free for all. It's catch it, die, or survive. So I'm just going to put this out there, Dr. Ben, okay?
Yeah, well, the problem, like Ben was saying, is, the collateral damage. If it was just the people who decided not to get vaccinated, I really couldn't care. But there's a lot of people who didn't have the option of whether or not to get vaccinated.
I'd like to ask
a question be taken out in the process.
Ben, if I might. This is a really in my opinion, this is a really simple question, but it's one thing that I think that most human beings do not understand. And I think this has been a problem with this pandemic. And this is not necessarily about being a Dr. Ben. This is basic maths. Exponential growth. Humans do not understand that.
You're correct in that. People do not understand exponential growth. And
I agree.
And you see this too, like something big that they tell us in microbiology, like even in like an undergraduate level of microbiology, where you learn like when a cleaning supply says they kill 99.9% of germs or whatever, people don't understand that percentage and how you still have a significant amount of germs that are still present even after you eradicate 99.9%.
Yeah.
And that's something that numbers are very difficult for a lot of the population to understand. And so absolutely, I think there is a communication issue here.
Ben, would you say when it comes to percentage, the problem is that mass market media has distorted scale so that people don't understand that you have to put a scale to the percentage to realize what it means?
A very good point. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a fault there in our communication, and we can do a lot better. And I wish that people cared more about getting out the truth and cared less about making a groundbreaking,
grandiose. Yes. If everybody would actually put it on the grounds of reality instead of trying to break the new big news and blah, 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 I think we would actually get places quicker because not everything that we need to understand is going to be grandiose news, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look at like Wagner and continental drift with geology and whatnot. The guy was laughed out of the fucking scene, and he was proved right.
Well, you know? Like my sister is an RN in a long-term care home. And when COVID swept through the facility, they lost more than 10% of the residents. These were people who didn't even have the option of leaving the building. But all it took was one person bringing it into the facility to do that.
Yeah, yes, I'm being British again because you don't know the story. I'm not going to go into it. It was shit and bad and illegal and really shit. But if I want to put it down to really basic levels, I have to keep coming back to that phrase exponential growth, because to me this is not a complicated piece of maths. It really isn't. But I think, to me, is that most people don't understand this very simple piece of maths. And if they did from the outset, maybe if it was communicated in a better way, they would get it. They would understand how potentially dangerous this thing is.
Absolutely. Maybe I need to make a video about it.
I think you should do, Dr. Ben, because you know what? I'm a nerd, and I had something pinned on my Twitter thing that explained to, let's just say, simple people what exponential growth is. And it's not complicated, is it?
No, it's not.
I'm asking you for your opinion. Do you think it's a thing that's complicated?
No, I just think we can explain it more clearly than we have been.
Maybe with diagrams and pictures and what have you.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. I do also want to get out a video coming soon about pharmacology and what the difference is between, like, because every compound has a toxic dosage and a lot of things have a therapeutic dosage, and making sure the public understands that there's a window between the two. And we're concerned when therapeutic, like when the dosage that is therapeutically beneficial is very similar to the toxic dose, that could be a problem because they overlap. But when that window is far apart, then we have less risk. And so I think maybe if we just communicate these concepts in different ways, people can more clearly understand where we're coming from.
You just nailed it on the head there, Dr. Ben, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a virologist, but I understand what you're saying. But it's communication. You've got to be able to communicate those things to people who are not necessarily savvy in such
a most excellent point, Dr. Ben, that a lot of things that, anything is toxic in a high enough dosage.
Everything is
there are a lot of things that you normally would want to avoid, but in a very small dosage of being a fraction of a percent are still useful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we take advantage of that window every single time you take a medication. That is taking advantage of that specific window.
Okay, Purple.
Yep.
I know it's your birthday and you shouldn't be doing any work, but what I need you to do for me, because you are my secretary, so can you make sure that I follow Dr. Ben and I know all the Twitters and all the YouTubes and stuff?
Well, I started following Dr. Ben on Twitter about an hour or two ago, so yeah.
You're a long time fan.
Yep. But yeah, back to the thing about percentages and that part of what people in America didn't seem to get is the population of America is roughly 3.5 billion people. So that 1% of that still meant 3.5 million people were going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the thing. People, the average man and woman on the street, they do not understand numbers.
And I think something here too that I think in my experience can bring a little bit of empathy to the table on these issues, because sure, people don't really understand math, and it's very hard for people to assign meaning to numbers. But I think it's made a little bit of a point when I've come out and have said, like, just communicated what we're struggling with on a healthcare, like from a healthcare perspective, taking an ethical issue and saying, if you were the doctor on a floor at some hospital and you had to make the decision, and this is a realistic decision that doctors are making every single day, if you had to make the decision who you are going to give a ventilator to, you have two choices. You have an old, like 80-something-year-old who like has smoked all their life. They have chronic respiratory issues. They also have COVID. They need a ventilator. And then on the other hand, you have somebody who's young, who many would consider to be disabled. Who do you assign this ventilator to? And this is having to actually prioritize human life over another human life.
Most sane
absolutely
people,
possible.
Most sane people understand what you're talking about now. We can get that. We can understand it. We've not lived it. We've not visualized it, but we get what you're saying because we're adults. But unfortunately, we do still have this problem, your country and mine, where people still do not understand numbers. That's I'm not going to dwell on this, but I think it's a real big problem that people can't visualize numbers. You ask the average person on the street the difference between 1 million and 1 billion. They won't have a fucking clue. And there's a big difference.
I wish too that people could give a shred or a fraction of the empathy that they give to an unborn fetus to somebody who needs a ventilator for COVID. Like, people are willing to put all of their empathy forward and say, oh, but what about this one life? What if we could save this one life? And they're referring to a fetus, but then they can't give the same amount of empathy when they're referring to somebody who has COVID and is in the hospital and needs a ventilator.
Yeah. Ben, that drives me crazy. I have to jump in quick because we have to introduce Colorado biker family here on the Shills. Absolutely. How you doing, buddy? Oh, we're not hearing you.
Well, it helps if I freaking unmute. Hey, how you doing? Good to see y'all.
Colorado is the best state. Colorado is the best state, and I will die by that.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I agree. How you doing, buddy?
No.
You've been a busy SOB. How's life been?
Yeah, I've been busy. Been doing a little extra work for family, working on houses, doing some construction. Just trying to bide my time until my tour in September. So
I bet.
Yep. Hey, and British Columbia is a beautiful place too, man. Because that's where you're at, right, Dick?
Yeah. I'm in a BC, very special place of BC. I can't let it out to everybody because, I am a little bit private that way. But Biker, I'll show you a couple of pictures because I know your lifestyle and whatnot. You're going to shit your pants, man. Holy. Okay. Where I live, I have a Porsche 944 Turbo as my little toy car.
Ooh.
And it is... the roads that I have, because I'm in this valley and whatnot, it's just unbelievable. Oh, baby. But so we've been diving into some pretty good stuff, and you were heavy in the chat. You had a couple of questions for Ben, and I left a couple on the table because I knew you were coming in. So I should probably get out of your way now, right?
Well, I'm just here to join in and have some fun. So
but they were good.
I've got to say, Dick Dawson, even though your voice annoys me, this has been a really good. I'm taking the piss. I've really enjoyed. I've really enjoyed talking to Dr. Ben, and you know what? I'm going to be a grown-up and an adult because Dr. Ben hinted that infectious diseases might be a thing of interest. I want to put a few thoughts into Dr. Ben's head, not here and now, but something that might be of interest. And by the way, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a dick.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm happy to listen. I'm happy to take feedback. So I would talk to you.
You're going to go far, Dr. Ben. You really are.
Thank you.
You've got the right attitude. You really have.
So we told the story briefly earlier, maybe, but I think it was on B's channel more. So for those who weren't paying attention earlier today, it was like 7 a.m. Pacific. The Shills channel got a community guidelines strike, and it was for medical misinformation because we were debunking COVIDiots on the Uncalled For show.
Oh God, that is so stupid. We're trying to
I know
the twat waffles and the fucktards, and the algorithm is being more detrimental than beneficial at this point.
Yeah, dude, I lost my shit when I woke up, right? I was fucking livid because, you know, the effort we put in and making sure we have the right people on the panel so we have funny and educated and all those. I mean, we have, it was the Uncalled For. Linda Bertelson is a healthcare professional and B is a healthcare professional. We had two people that work in healthcare on the show. And so in the appeal, I was like, seriously, guys, context matters. How dare you do this when all we did was slam misinformation morons and explain why they are wrong. And let's not forget the videos that we debunked came from your own platform and they're still live. Explain that to me.
And that's the problem, that bots cannot understand the for or against.
That's right, because they're not doing context, Purple. They're not taking all of the text that they, do the text to speech and analyze, right, into play to see that we go, wait a minute, that's bullshit. I mean, come on, that should.
I think
that should sell it right there.
I have a way to make you feel better, Dick. I think I can make you feel relaxed and more at ease with yourself.
Well, then you have better pot than I do.
Dude, I live on Plague Island. I'm in the UK. So, your problems, fuck off. We've literally just been told that all the legalities are now over. There are no lockdowns. There is nothing.
Today is the day.
Oh,
we're free.
Today was the day. Yep.
But what's happening, my friends? What is happening?
Yeah.
The idiots are out there protesting.
Stuhl, we had the same thing just happen in my area. And I'm in one of Canada's most touristy little areas for like the rich and famous. It's kind of like one of Canada's Monaco areas. And we have the worst assholes in our community right now. Now, my son and I, we're jabbed. We're good. We still wear masks everywhere we go because we know that we could be carriers. We could be spreading still, even though we're not sick and so on, right? But no, every goddamn lifted truck, redneck, fucking motherfucking fuck asshole fuck is literally breathing down my neck, even though I stand 6'1", you piece of shit. Just throwing in my face that, hey, I'm happy I don't have to wear a mask now. And I'm like, yeah, good. Let alone that your breath stinks and you smell like the fucking last hooker you slept with, asshole. I don't want it. Fucking mask up, bitch. Fuck.
You've got to kind of wonder what is wrong with these people, because here in UK land, they invented this phrase, Freedom Day. Mm-hmm. We've known about it for a month.
Yep.
So it was coming. Not a surprise. So why the fuck, pardon my language, Dick, but why the fuck would a very large group of people plan a protest about lockdowns on the day that we haven't got them. Help me out with this one. How does that fucking work?
That I have 2 words for that, and 2 words only. Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, it goes right along with a bunch of Trump supporters wanted to execute a leading member of the Republican Party because he said on air that Biden was legitimately elected.
Well, that's only a small component of it. There's always been this conspiratorial-minded idiocy that has permeated our society for a long time. It's not just now. It's been going on for a very long time. Decades. And we're just seeing it come to the forefront now more than before. So these idiots have always been there. And they've always been there, and they're always going to be there. What we need to do to address it is to put out better messaging than they can. Well, and that's the difficult bit.
Some have always been there, but I feel the ranks have swelled because the mainstream, a lot of the media has played into it and basically telling them they are right.
They've always been there since before the days of the internet. They've always been there.
Right.
And they will always be there.
Yeah, that was exactly. I was about to make that point, is that now that we have such a diverse and huge variety of outlets for people to push out this disinformation, this bad information. I mean, it's not just the internet. Well, it is the internet, but we've got Twitter, we've got Snapchat, we've got all these other formats and platforms for people to spread horrible information without any evidence to support it. That's the problem. Okay. It's always been there. Yeah. I mean, one of my favorites that I used to listen to all the time when I was riding across the country and all that at night was Nick Norrie, Coast to Coast AM, because he had some of the baddest shit, craziest people that all the conspiracy minded. Conspiracy
this is
minded.
This is a really big problem because in the old days, let's call it was confined to a small group of people. And it didn't really affect any aspect of real life.
Right.
Now it does affect real life. And I'm just going to put this out here, January.
Yeah, we're not in the hypothetical anymore, are we? Right? This is now reality. It did change things a bit, for sure.
It's always been changing things, but we didn't necessarily notice it. It didn't affect us personally. It's always been there. But we now live in a really fucked up world where people believe that their Auntie Mabel on Facebook has more fucking knowledge than Dr. Ben. That is a wrong scenario.
Yeah.
That is just
Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, no, that really sums it up. That people think that random friends on Facebook know more about it than people who went to 8 years from medical school.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's surprising, but not surprising at the same time to me. I have a bachelor's degree in journalism, methodology, and ethics, and one in photographic science. But the methodology and ethics in journalism, I see through a lot of the messaging that's going on. Well, the messaging and the methodology in which it's presented, and how that affects me. Yeah,
this interests me.
Yeah, and how it affects people's psychology and how they take that on.
Purple's my secretary. Can you write his name down, please? Add him to my Twitter list, please.
But yeah, we've slowly seen a change in the past 35 years, ever since the advent of cable. Okay, we have seen a change, and the media are no longer the gatekeepers. They are no longer the ones who actually are responsible for good epistemology and good reporting and honest.
You're seeing it
honest
from
ethics.
You're seeing it from the American side of things.
No, it's worldwide. It's worldwide.
I would give Biker worldwide on that, to be honest, as a Canadian, for sure.
Well, no, Stool, it is worldwide. Otherwise, Boris Johnson wouldn't have gotten elected.
I'm not disagreeing. It is worldwide, but the words that my new friend here, I forget his name, Biker, he's seen it from an American perspective. I see it from a British perspective. I would be very, very fascinated to share my views with you, my friend, because I see something from this side of the pond and it would scare your tits off.
Okay,
guys,
hold on.
I smell a debate, and I smell two people that could do it like friends. This would be awesome stuff. Come on.
I've got something there that might shock you a little bit, but might not. The company I do motorcycle tours. The company I work for is based in Overton, Hampshire. 90% of my clientele come from the UK. The other 9% come from around the world. Okay. I travel to the UK very regularly, and I have seen it firsthand over there as in the UK. So I travel a lot. Like I go to Birmingham for the NEC motorcycle show every fall, except for last year. I spend weeks over there.
I didn't mean it to sound weird or disparaging.
No. I didn't take it that way at all.
I'm not trying to kind of diminish your knowledge or anything, but I like what you said because it interests me. It perked my ears up, and I will still maintain that there is a difference between America bullshit and British bullshit.
Oh yeah,
because I've lived here all my life and I see it day by day, minute by minute.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I would love to hear you have a more in-depth understanding of that type of information in the UK than I do. I have a smattering of it. I have a touch of it, and I've seen it. I've seen Sky News, BBC, all the other channels over there, and how they have twisted.
I noticed that Dick Dawson is now getting a little bit of an erection.
I'm pulling Ben in because Ben has a comment here, and I want to keep this open to all because this conversation is going places I did not see. I'm really liking this.
Mute.
Like I said, when you let the British guy in, the fun.
Yeah,
happens.
mute Ben, mute and meets.
Sorry.
Mute and meets.
I'm back.
Come on, Ben.
It's not super relevant to the immediate conversation. But just going back to the whole Dunning-Kruger thing, like I feel like people seem to think that like when we go to 8+ years of medical school, so we go through 4 years of an undergrad, 4 years of medical school, then at minimum 3 years residency, somewhere between 3 years and 7 years residency, and then probably a 3-year fellowship after that.
Internship, right?
But I think people seem to think that, like when we were talking about all of these years of education, that it's like, oh yeah, you're going to another 12 years of high school, or you're going to another 12 years of undergraduate. We are fucking not. Like I dare anybody to spend a week in medical school and try not to lose your sanity. Like it is, I was somebody who, like, I did well on exams in undergrad. Like organic chemistry was easy for me. Like it was no problem. I get to medical school is a whole nother world. Like the amount of volume you are getting in such a short time span is unreal. The standard of perfectionism is unreal. So like anybody who wants to say that like, yeah, sure, you're just going to another 12 years of school, like go through 1 week of this hell. I dare you. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
I can back that up to a limited extent because of what I do. I have taken several courses for EMT and paramedic, and the stuff that I have gotten, because I have to deal with, motorcycle accidents, stuff like that, for, trauma, triage, all that on the scene. And the shit that I had to study and the stuff that I had to go through was just mind boggling. It's like, I got to study all this in the weekend.
Yeah, I was an EMT for 2 years before medical school.
Yeah. Paramedic was even worse.
This has just led me to the.
Yeah, don't go. Medical school is a mess.
Oh, I'm sure.
This has just led me to the title that on Twitter, that the ultimate title I should be posting under is "Fuck Me and 10 Reasons You Would Not Want to."
I gotta catch up on a super chat here. Rodent, no last name, says I describe Coast to Coast AM as a show catering to people who think the X-Files is a documentary.
I love that.
And Rodent's comment was part of what inspired that.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
that's why I had to get it in right there for sure.
Yeah, he mentioned somebody.
When we're grown-ups, we might
never
get
going to happen.
And we can do the Dick Dawson voice.
No,
I'm not sure you can, fellow babies.
Okay.
Come on now.
I have helped raise 9 children, none of whom had my DNA. And I think that's a good thing because considering all the odd quirks I have, it's probably a good thing that my genetic material didn't make it into the next generation.
hey, as someone who's originally adopted, good on you, mate. Good on you. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, me too. Same thing.
Yep. So, by the way, Ben,
Mm-hmm.
I love the shirt. I've been studying jujitsu and taijutsu for 30 years. Brazilian.
I think you have to say Dr. Ben.
Dr. Ben. Okay.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor yet. You give me 2 years.
Okay, give me 2 years. Okay.
But
I love the shirt though. I love.
Okay, you deserve at least as much credit as there's another channel I follow regularly titled Almost a Doctor.
Yeah, I'm almost a doctor. I can accept that. No, I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 5 years.
Oh, excellent.
I have no interest whatsoever in that thing. That's weird and boring, so shut up.
Cool. I studied up to brown belt in Taekwondo, so I can respect that very much.
I got my black belt in Taekwondo and then switched to Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Sure.
I got to brown belt in taijutsu, so
that's awesome.
But the only way I can go past that is I got to go spend 6 months in Japan.
It's okay. I'm an eternal blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So with COVID and medical school, and I got injured at the army. So I've been training for 5 years. I'm a 2-stripe blue belt. I'm going to be a blue belt for forever. It's okay.
I still like what Pat Morita said in The Karate Kid. Oh, belt? Oh, yes. J.C. Penney, brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
belt needs no need rope to keep your pants up. That was it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're rich enough to afford
it's
a belt.
not wrong because the amount of martial arts you need in real life to be able to just walk down the street and know that you're going to be okay is not very high. Let's be honest here.
I've got to bring some British reality into the show here, because Dr. Ben is not old enough to remember or recognize the references that were just made about that film.
Probably not.
Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. Good call.
Have you ever seen the kids here?
Have you ever seen the original Karate Kid?
No, not the original.
You need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's a good film. It's a really good film.
Can I just do a fun thing? Marty and Doc are alive in 2021. Did you see that pic? Literally nobody knows what I'm talking about.
No.
Oh, I do. I was just waiting,
Yeah, you're waiting.
I know Back to the Future. And,
you're waiting to do an ad.
Yeah, I turned 27 2 weeks ago. Literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Damn youngins, get off my lawn.
I've got to say,
I'm constantly in strings with people who are younger than my eldest stepdaughter.
I have to say this because it was a really wonderful picture. And Dr. Ben, sorry, you will not understand what I'm talking about. But Marty and Doc, and he had his arm round. I'm using the character names, obviously. But Doc had his arm round Marty because obviously Marty is, he's got issues. It's a really nice picture.
Cool.
I'm a nerd and I'm old.
I love that kind of thing. I recently was watching, like, I've watched some videos where people have thought they did spot on replicas to the DeLorean from the movie, but they didn't get it all right. But I have found a couple of videos on YouTube where people literally got it perfect. And holy, you've got to respect the effort. You have got to respect the effort.
I want to invent a new game now here, Dick Dawson. Can we play a new game called Ask Dr. Ben What We're Talking About?
No,
that's
we
not
can't do
fair.
That.
Unless he wants to. Yeah. You know. But we got a bunch of old dudes that are talking about old shit. And he's kind of like, I'm not sure my dad's old enough to understand that joke. Like that's that's too much. It's funny because I'd love to see your reaction, Ben, to a few of the movies that a few of us old cats like the Blues Brothers. Yeah, wouldn't you love to see him react to the Blues Brothers or maybe like Frank Zappa's Joe's Garage or something? Like, wouldn't that be amazing?
I'm going to put my thing on the sleeve here and say, I'm going to guess that Dr. Ben would absolutely love Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
And totally love the Blues Brothers. I'm just going to guess.
Who could not love the Blues Brothers? If, like, seriously, your heart is made of stone and it deserves to be crushed by Thor's hammer if you don't understand the Blues Brothers. That's just it.
I take this as a challenge. I'll have to react to them live on stream then.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark. Wearing sunglasses.
Well, I mentioned earlier.
A weird one into the mix.
I mentioned earlier I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, and in the Blues Brothers movies, there is a drive-by house of the house that my high school sweetheart lived in.
Oh, cool!
Yeah. It's one of those movies where it's stupid, but it's awesome and it's funny as hell. And if you get it, all the power to you. But if you don't, I'm not sure you earn the right to wear Birkenstocks. So just think about it.
Okay, well, I don't want to give up that right.
Let's let Sewell have a say here.
I'm just fucking with you, but it's awesome stuff. It's really good. It's really good.
The thing is, Dick Dawson, it is kind of weird and naughty to have a little bit of a cheeky laugh when you've got a young person with you. Because I'm quite sure that Dr. Ben has no idea what Blazing Saddles or Airplane is.
No!
I know. Do I want to know?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
At a minimum, Blazing Saddles. At a minimum.
You have to know Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, Airplane.
Oh, I know Spaceballs.
And Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, nice one, Dick Dawson.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Thank you.
I'm not allowed to sing on this channel. You'll get
Hal Needham. Come on. I mean, seriously, it put the Countach on film. You've got to respect that.
Dr. Ben, in the old days, it was a rite of passage. So if you've not seen Smokey and the Bandit and Airplane and all the
original first Cannonball Run as well.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Especially the airplane landing in the middle of the road to get beer. Yeah. That's one of the best scenes in cinematic history. You can even see the cops down at the end of the road blocking the road off so they could do the stunt. And they don't care. They just left it on film because, hey, look what we're doing, assholes. It was amazing stuff. That was awesome.
Really bad news for you, Dr. Ben. We're going to take you out, get you drunk, and make you watch movies.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Well, we'll do it in one of these Google Meets because I have one of those, share accounts, right? And I can download any movie and put it through Google Meets and we can all see it in the same real time and hang out and react. I can do that anytime, no problem.
Totally love to do that because
Mm-hmm.
I've actually done a real life experiment with this. Dr. Ben, you will not understand what I'm talking about, but I actually made my little children watch Airplane. And I thought, this is going to not work very well because there's no way they're going to get this. They laughed their fucking arses off because Airplane is a timeless thing.
So, Timmy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like gladiator movies?
It's timeless. It's a classic. And
Yep. Liam Neeson was so many. I mean, just Police Squad. That's another thing you got to watch.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just so bizarre.
Mhm.
Wow. Or does anybody here remember Sledgehammer?
Oh, God.
Do you know it, Biker? A short-lived American TV show. It's half hour, and it's a take on Dirty Harry and stuff, but it's a parody, a comedy, and whatnot, right?
I think there's only 5 episodes or less.
It went for a full 13 for the first season, which was odd back in the day because it's an old show. But then they blew up the world with a nuke at the end of the first season because they never thought they'd get renewed. They did. And they had to come up with a new premise and whatnot to make a few episodes. But the idea is he's like a Dirty Harry guy, right? Except he's a neurotic fuck and he gets everything wrong. And so he talks to his gun and people are like, hey, Sledge, who are you talking to? Oh, nobody, nothing. And weird little, and one of his taglines is, trust me, I know what I'm doing. And then he shoots and it usually goes right by your head and makes a hole just right there. But it's really funny. You'd have to see it. It was before its time, wasn't it, Biker?
I think
it was well before its time.
Police Squad should be on the school curriculum. It should be taught to all the children. Just so that I'm only saying this because I do trust Dr. Ben, but seriously, you need to watch Police Squad and some good movies. And
I have so many movies on my list now. So many.
Well, we're going to help you because we trust you because you're a doctor. So listen to Dick Dawson. He's going to look after you and he's going to show you good movies about gladiators.
Yeah, because that's my thing, as somebody who's into paleontology and Egyptology. I've got gladiators. I know all of that stuff.
Oh, I will talk Egyptology with you any day, my man.
Oh, Ben, then we have to schedule a stream coming up and talk some Egypt. Absolutely.
Oh, heck yeah.
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 Oh, I would love that. Sorry, Purple.
No, go ahead.
Well, Vishanti is almost an amateur Egyptologist, and she's on the Shills channel as well, and she would really, really love this.
I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but I am just very enthusiastic about it.
Me too. We have to do this. Okay, we're going to plan this. This will be one of those specials, Purple, where we just do it, on a Thursday. That would be good, right? You know?
I will find it interesting, although I admit that more of my knowledge about the subject comes from Stargate than any serious research.
I got to point out, Liam Wakefield in the chat says Airwolf. I'm sorry, but I love that show.
Damn my God, I got...
seriously.
Dick Dawson, I got really scared then. I thought you were going to say I hated that shit.
Yeah, no,
it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love that show. I mean, I got semi-nerd wood right now. That's some serious stuff,
I love who was it? Was it Ernest Borgnine?
I'm even harder.
Who was it? Was it Ernest Borgnine or who was the McHale's Navy.
It
guy.
had to be
Ernest
Borgnine. Yes, yes.
There's a truly wonderful remix of the Airwolf theme tune on the YouTubes. It lasts for about 12 minutes, and it is sexy. And I'm going to say this to you, Dick Dawson, right now. If you're erect now, watch this fucker. Because
oh wow.
Oh god.
Okay, I need this in my life. Yeah, it was Ernest Borgnine, rodent for sure, man, for
I've got to apologize to Dr. Ben for using medical terms there.
Yeah,
Sure.
Rodent, no last name has the perfect name for that. Drunken Pharaoh Friday.
Yeah, here, what we'll do is we're going to show you a little thing about Airwolf, because one thing we've proved on this channel is we don't give a shit about copyright claims. So here, we're going to show you this.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to sing.
Right? So here, let me bring this shit up. Airwolf, soundtrack, theme, extended. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, I got it. All right.
If you do this,
now, let me get it.
Watch this channel again.
Okay. Let's see if I can actually do this and make it look like slick and shit. Like I know what I'm doing. This will be really cool. I'll probably fuck it up, but you know.
That'll be.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah, I got that wrong. Try again. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Now. Yeah. And okay, this is working. This is working. Okay. So hold on. Let me get this fucking cropped around. It's a 4x3. It's an old TV show. So nothing I can
stretch it.
Let me just get this right. Bring it up. And here, get some fucking Airwolf into your life. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Stop that snap.
This is the fucking
here, hold on.
the most unslick thing ever, Dick Dawson. What the hell?
Yeah. I'm having a really hard time here. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to transition over, and here we go. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. Nobody hears it. Here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Dr. Ben is so confused right now.
I'm just thinking about this music. The music doesn't quite match what's going on. Like, the vibe is different.
I say, careful what you wish for, you know?
Oh, Dr. Ben, don't you wish you were alive in the 80s?
No.
Well, we'll have to thank Google Meets for making the audio so clear for us back here. Okay, hold on. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, all right? You know,
Yeah.
we get the idea. It's a cool helicopter, all right? Enough. But anyway, that's what we were talking about.
I'm still erect.
I did not get to experience any of that, even though I was technically an adult for most of the 80s.
The truly wonderful thing about that opening series of titles was that it was a mix between a real helicopter and one that was like this big.
Oh, wow. It was well done.
No, it really wasn't well done. That's why I love it, because it was so incredibly shit. And
really?
And yet it fooled most of the audience, so it was still well done.
Well, it fooled Dick
I didn't
Dawson,
notice
but
as a
whatever.
kid. No way, man.
I didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't notice either as a kid. I didn't care.
It's,
It was like, yay, this is cool.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. You don't care.
Yeah.
I noticed it because I'm kind of awesome. But if you look at the thing, it's a little tiny remote control model.
To be honest, I didn't care about most of the BJ and the Bear, but...
Oh, Dr. Ben, we've got so much.
Oh, I was a fan of that show. Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm being dragged into a lot of things.
Yeah, I watched
not
that
even
every
about
week.
it.
Yeah,
Well,
you're being dragged down.
To be honest, you're dragging us into medicine, so we're going to drag you into
This is fair.
the 80s.
This is fair.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it
how it
is
works.
not. It is not by any definition of the word fair, because you are trying to impart actual information instead of pop culture.
Well, yeah, but like I only
Whoa,
have to be
whoa,
subjected to
whoa,
movies.
whoa.
Like I don't see a problem with being subjected to movies. Like it doesn't seem like I'm losing anything.
Except that at least 1/3 of the American population cannot discern the difference.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's a sad
Fair,
part.
but I can. So
I need to do a medical question for Dr. Ben. Dick Dawson can help me with this one.
Oh, God.
Dr. Ben, you are familiar with Steve Austin, aren't you?
no, am I? No.
Oscar Goldman, Dr. Rudy
Yeah.
Wells. You must know.
We
Dr.
can
Rudy
rebuild
Wells.
him.
No.
We
have
can
the
make the
technology.
world's first bionic man.
Is that what this All right.
Well, and even the misogyny that in the Bionic Woman, they actually used the line that she was slightly cheaper because her parts were smaller.
Yeah.
my God,
Oh,
no.
wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But-
harsh.
But they had to do something to account for the fact that nobody could be better than Steve Austin, the Bionic Man, the first one. The spinoff can't be better. That's how it worked back then.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate that they took the cheap road. That's really what happened.
I've got to disagree with
Well,
this.
and
This
what
is-
does
this
it
is
say
not
about me
misogyny.
that I actually remember that line when no one else does?
Yeah.
Purple. Jamie Summers had an ear, and they were cheaper, whereas Steve had an eye, and they were expensive. Don't make this weird and sexy.
Why was the eye more expensive? Just because of the telephoto lens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus somehow amplifying sound waves in the atmosphere.
Dr.
Which
Ben, are
is,
paying attention?
obviously something you can miniaturize on the drop of a hat.
Well, and yet at the same time, we were supposed to ignore the fact that if his bionic arm picked up a car, despite his bionic legs, it would result in the arm being ripped off at the shoulder.
Yeah, I know. I recently downloaded some Bionic Man episodes, and I thought to myself, wait a minute. He just fell like 40 feet and used his bionic arm to hang on. But the bionic arm would be the only thing hanging on, and the rest of the flesh body would be broken on the ground going,
He would be able to hold the weight of his own body, but lifting something that weighed more than a ton is another matter.
Yeah, you know.
Can
One
you say
word.
squish?
Sasquatch.
Oh,
Yes, there was
Sasquatch is an
Sasquatch
alien,
in
though, remember? He was built
Yeah, but-
by the aliens who came here to watch us. That's
Steve
Bionic
always
Man
won
lore.
against- Yeah,
Yep.
Steve always won against Sasquatch.
But see, and they got
Or-
that completely wrong. Sasquatch was not built by the aliens.
Is
Sasquatch
anybody?
was an alien sent by the Galactic Alliance in the 80s to see if we were ready for full contact. Since more people shot at them than talked to them, they decided to quarantine our entire solar system until further notice.
I'm sensing that Dr. Ben now wants to go and look in the cupboard and inhale some drugs.
Yeah, I'm actually like not even kidding. I should probably go to bed sometime soon. So
we've got so much ways to mess with your head, my friend.
You do. This is true.
Don't let it put you off.
I'm in a similar spot because it's after midnight. We've been going a couple hours, and I have to be up at like 6:45 tomorrow to do a tech support job. And today was fibromyalgia hell, and it was my first day without my son for 3.5 weeks, and I didn't get the rest I needed, so I really need some before I go tomorrow.
Yeah, and I've got a doctor's appointment in the morning, so it's probably a good time to be shutting down.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, though. Like, this is great, even though I just kind of joined in last minute, but it's been fun.
Oh, yeah, it's been a great time having you, Ben.
Great.
And,
Ben. And please
for sure.
do that video. Please do that video because we need that good information out there. I will mirror it. I know all sorts of people will mirror it. We will. We just need some good information. Maybe concentrate just on mRNA. Messenger RNA, not mitochondrial. But yeah.
I kind of focus on just like I make very non-confrontational videos for the most part, where I just kind of describe the mechanism and how it works. So I would be happy to do something just about what is mRNA, how does it work, and then hopefully that should get people to understand. Yeah, this really isn't that scary. So.
Right. Well, put an emphasis in there on its messenger RNA, not mitochondrial, and how you can't mutate you. Because that's one thing that I hear a lot that just annoys the everlasting fuck out of me. Is people, it's going to change your DNA. No, it's not, you dumbass. It just tells it how to make a protein. God damn it. You fucking moron.
After you've made these very important videos, I assume you will be doing reviews of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
Porkies.
Ooh, Porkies,
Porkies, but not number 2. Not number 2.
Oh, no,
that's good.
No.
Just the bottom line about anything about the COVID vaccines, just that the vaccine has less chance of killing you than getting the virus.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, let me, hit me up on my channel or something, or send me a message on Discord or something when you got it done. Let me know, because I would definitely love to mirror it, because I am just so sick and tired of all the bad information out there, and I want to counter it. I want to get good information out there.
Dude, Biker, did you hear about us getting the community guidelines strike today?
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned
that's
that
how badly we have to counter the bad info, because the counterers are getting in shit, not the ones spreading it.
And one little hint that I'd like to give you, and I've done this on my channel to avoid that copyright, or not the content strike. I don't mention COVID-19, COVID, SARS, SARS-CoV-19. Wait. What I call it the plague.
Yeah, I know
it is a plague by definition. So
I know what you're doing.
Strike it that way.
I know what you're doing, but we'd rather fight the strikes every time because we're not doing anything wrong, and that's what we do. We just fucking, fuck
I'm
that.
with you. Yeah, I'm with you. But if we could refer to it as the plague of 2020 or plague of 2019, it helps. It helps.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
If the person we're debunking gets to say COVID, so do I, in fucking showing why they're wrong.
Yeah,
I can't do it. Yeah,
I agree.
So but that's us. Yeah. But anyway, who hasn't said goodnight and shilled their stuff and whatnot? Make sure you get your links in the chat. If you got links you want to shill and you're not a mod in our live chat, put it in the Google Meets chat here, and I'll get them in right now. So, Purple, here, take the floor, Purple. Come on.
Not too much for me. Mostly I do live chats at Wednesdays at noon and Thursdays at midnight, U.S. Central Time. Other than that, I'm trying to get back into uploading some edited videos, but that may be a while yet until I get everything together.
Okay, cool. I was gonna type it, but hey, Keith, take care, buddy. All right, cool. I don't have to type it then. So, okay, here. We've got Ben's link coming up here. Copy link. There we go. So everybody listen. Yeah. I'm putting them in right now too. So here we go. Well, I'm putting some links in the chat, and just do what you're told and go and fucking check them out. You'll be thankful you did. There, that should work pretty good. All right, cool. So let's see, Stool. I think it's your turn.
Oh, never do that. I came here by accident, and I'm glad I did, because Dick Dawson is a dick, and I love him dearly. He's the only person on this planet who has a voice that can wake me up. Follow this fucker. He makes me laugh. I hate his mic. I always will. I'm not shilling myself. That's not what I do. So on my screen, I'm looking down. I've now got Dr. Ben. Follow Dr. Ben, because Dr. Ben knows the fucking medicine. Follow Dr. Ben.
Yes.
Also, Colorado biker. Sorry, I did that wrong. Follow Colorado, because I'm going to suggest he has interesting things in his head.
Oh, it's a frightening
and of course,
place.
Always follow the Purple, because Purple is a beautiful, beautiful person who I love dearly. And happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you. Okay,
yes, happy birthday.
Colorado Biker and Dr. Ben, we need you to put your links in the side chat, because I am having difficulty finding either of them on Twitter.
I don't do Twitter.
Yeah, this is going to end badly, because Purple is drunk. Colorado doesn't do Twitter.
I put my Twitter in the group chat.
And Dr. Ben only does medicine, so this is
One's drunk, one's stubborn, and one doesn't give a fuck. Where the hell are we going next?
I don't even know, man.
All right, so Biker, I think you get to sound off proper now, right? Because we had a little blur, but yeah, it's your turn.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I was able to make it in. I'm going to be sleep deprived tomorrow, but that's okay. I don't mind. I got shit to do too. So it was thanks for coming, or thanks for letting me in and having a wonderful chat. Wonderful to meet Howard and Ben. Wonderful, Howard. We gotta have a little chat sometime on the media relations and media in our respective countries. So
Purple. He used my real name 3 times.
Oh, but you did it with Google. It's not his fault. Yeah. See,
okay. Who the fuck uses
I did
Google
it too.
Dawson?
Oh. Yeah, well, actually, lots, but damn it. Okay, yep. I'll take 6 of one and half dozen of the other, and the 6 that I'm taking were very happy. So, does that work?
Right. Yeah. So just subscribe to everyone here. Make sure that you check out what they got to say. It's all good, and I'm just going to call you Doc. Doc, thanks for coming in here. It's good to have someone in here that has some good information and is willing to be subjected to us ancient old farts and all of our old archaic crap on television and popular culture. Don't worry. It's not that painful.
Exactly. So I'm just going to put this out here. If I ever have a problem with my testicles, I will trust Dr. Ben.
Oh. Yeah.
I think you're a bit old for testicular torsion, okay?
I do just want to say, like, thank you for having me on, and really the goal of everything that I do is I just want to be a better doctor, and like obviously I want to do the best thing for people. I want to do a good job listening to people and their concerns, and so any way that I can do a better job doing what I do, that is my goal. So thank you for having me.
Thanks for showing up.
Be a good doctor, sir.
Okay, and Dr. Ben, I just want to mention that you're always welcome in my chat, but maybe it's best if you check that beyond the thing of me issuing the disclaimer that there will be adult language and adult themes. You should check that I've issued the disclaimer that my YouTube channel should never be a source of medical or legal information.
Dr. Ben, could I
absolutely.
get your medical opinion on this? Because
No.
Purple seems to be slurring the word slightly. Do you
No.
think?
It's either hypoxia or intoxication, one of the two.
It sounds like a medical problem that I can't figure out.
It sounds like we need to say goodnight. So remember, fellow babies, it's always best to hang out with those of the slightly nerdish persuasion, because you know what? They take the time to look into things and get it right, even if they're having a few beers and hanging out. And on that note, I want to thank an awesome panel for hanging out with an amazing chat. I'll shut up now. Let's say goodnight, fellow babies. We're out of here.
Good night, fellow babies.
Night.
And as I've often said, I would never use normal to refer to anyone I consider a friend.
Purple.
Oh,
Purple,
and
try to talk
eat
slowly.
snacky s'mores.